Today we're making honey hoisin pork tenderloin. First, what we're doing is slicing our green onions, which are part of our marinade. You can use the green and the white part of the onions. We will also cut our garlic so it's ready to go in the marinade. I'm going to cut off both ends of our garlic clove and then just smash the garlic clove with the thick part of our knife. Peel off the skin, and it should peel off really easily after you smash it with your knife. Sometimes there's no skin left after you cut off the ends. All right, this is ready for a quick chop. Tuck your fingers under. And then I'm going to go back over this to get it a little smaller. If you have big chunks of garlic, it may burn when you have it on the grill. So all of our marinade ingredients get added to a bag. I'm adding our pork tender and then mixing up the marinade. This is tamari. You can use low sodium soy sauce. If you don't eat soy, you can also use coconut aminos. Coconut aminos are similar to soy sauce in flavor. They're fermented coconut, but without the soy if you're avoiding soy. I'll add our hoisin. And the honey you use can be any type of honey. It can be local wildflower honey, clover honey. It just adds a bit of sweetness. I'm adding our green onions and garlic, which adds great flavor. And mixing this together. It's thick from the honey and creates a great marinade on our pork tenderloin. So you just want to add this in. You have to get all of the delicious ingredients in the bag. And then when we seal the bag, you can just massage the marinade onto the meat to make sure it soaks up all the flavor. And this is especially important if you're only marinating it for 30 minutes. But as I said, you can put this in the refrigerator the night before you plan to cook it. If you want to make things easy on a busy night, you could marinate it in the morning before you leave for work, or you can do it when you get home and let it sit in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes before you grill it. Okay, we're gonna heat up our pan. And today I'm using a grill pan indoors. You can also heat up an outdoor grill and grill this outside. You do want to let your pan heat up until you can feel the heat radiating off the grill pan. I'm adding a little bit of avocado oil to the pan so that our meat doesn't stick. Once your pan is hot and preheated, we're adding our pork tenderloin to the grill pan, and it should sizzle just like that when it hits the pan. And sprinkling a little bit of salt and pepper. To add another layer of flavor. We'll let this sit for a couple minutes and then flip it over. After about 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to flip this over and cook the other side. Keep it on a medium-high heat, but if the pork starts to get dark brown, you can turn the heat down a little bit. Add a little bit of water to your pan and it will lift up the sauce. You don't want to necessarily pour the water on top of the pork, just add it around the edges. I'm lifting this over to one more side of the pork to cook it off on the edges. And then I'm turning my heat way down to low and letting this cook a little bit longer just to cook through. Pork can be slightly pink in the center. It used to need to be cooked through all the way, but it's great if you let it cook just to 165 to keep the juices inside the meat so it's not dry when you cut into it. We're gonna let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes before we cut into it. Once the pork tenderloin has had a chance to rest, just cut it into thin slices and we'll plate it up with coconut lime cauliflower rice. You can toss some sesame seeds on top just for an extra crunch and bit of texture. It's a delicious, flavorful meat that cooks fast, it's healthy, delicious, and full of flavor. I hope you like this honey hoisin pork tenderloin as much as I do.